everybody, welcome back to the challenge. I didn't say channel, I said challenge, because this is the FBI challenge, and we got a special treat for you. It's week 4. We're gonna start doing some draws.
Ah, my favorite thing.
Today's video was brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills, and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
All right, so we brought Natalie in today because we're going to kind of show you what we expect you to do or what we're asking you to do. And if you can kind of follow this, hopefully you'll get a little bit more out of the challenge. But week 4 is just a very simple one. We're just introducing the draw because a fair amount of the FBI qual starts with a draw. And so you have to be able to get your gun out and on target kind of quickly because there's time constraints to this. And so for this week, your 10 minutes is just going to be spent doing draws. Now, what typically happens when I tell people go draw for 10 minutes, they do as many draws as they can in 10 minutes, as fast as they can. And what happens when they do that, Chris?
The quality of the repetition normally goes down the drain.
Yeah, things get missed. So we want you to do 10 minutes of quality draws. And so just before we started this, we did a little deal here and a little test. Natalie got about 5 good quality draws per minute. So what you're looking at is about 50 draws. Now, don't say I'm just going to do 50 draws. Do 10 minutes of focused drawing. If you get 80, great. If you get 30, fine. I don't care. But what I want is 10 minutes of mental work on what the draw looks like. So I'm going to step over here. Natalie's going to use our side berm as her down range, and she's going to do a minute or 2 of drawing. And Chris is going to kind of coach through a little bit, just so that you know the kind of things that you could potentially be looking for. You're not Natalie. You're not this tall. You're not wearing how many shirts? 3 shirts today? Any of that kind of stuff. But understand that you can have kind correctness and you can get better at different things, and you can have, and sometimes you just have to think about some different things.
Absolutely.
And so I'm going to step over here, and Natalie, would you just turn downrange to the side berm there?
And then like the big thing for me when I'm doing work or when I'm training others is trying to get articulation, either my own articulation or their articulation on that repetition. Natalie's particularly good at that. So really all I have to do is if I see something she didn't see, just to help her articulate that. Now, bad reps happen, right?
Yeah.
All the time. The key is not let that bad repetition frustrate you, because they're going to happen in live fire. They're going to happen when you don't want them, but learning how to articulate changes or corrections during your practice will make those things easier to mitigate in live. Do you agree?
Right. Yep. I agree.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and just get a couple draws in.
All right.
Good. And that's another point of note. Post repetition, she stays out there and confirms everything. So you run through like a quick dialogue just to go, all right, what did I see? Did that work right? Does anything need to be corrected for next time? Or we just continue to move forward?
Yeah. That one felt really crisp. I was right on target when I came out.
Excellent.
So. Ooh.
What'd you see?
That one, nothing went right, I guess. My hand didn't land quite like I wanted it to, and then this hand didn't land quite as I wanted it to, and then my muzzle was off towards the left rather than right on target. Not by much. I probably would have hit him.
So if you guys want a mental management trick, so really quick, Nat, and this you guys can do this at home. Don't do a draw right now. Just think about a draw. Like look at where the target is. Close your eyes and think about a draw, everything going right. And just run through that. One repetition of that in your mind.
Okay.
And let me know when that feels good, and then we'll try and do that again. We'll try and replicate it. But I'd like to do it without even touching our gun. We'll take 5 seconds.
Okay.
A rep. Perfect. In your mind. Let me know when you have it.
All right. I'm good.
All right. Let's try it.
Ooh.
Okay. Bad grip.
Terrible grip.
Okay.
I felt
You probably could have rode that pony though.
I probably could have. By the time I had my firing grip made, I knew it wasn't right, but I was so trying to get my shot on target that I just decided to power through it. And so instead of fixing my thumb and pointing it upwards or towards the target like I usually do, I just powered down.
So let me ask you this: if we're and you can have these internal dialogues. Were you trying for the perfect repetition, or were you trying for the fastest repetition?
I was trying for the perfect repetition.
Okay.
But I think accuracy or speed is a part of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Do it again. Now you know what? Just fix. That looked
That one
better.
felt a lot better.
Sure did. Let's do 2 more.
Okay.
Good.
That one felt good.
And there's lessons here at the end of this that I think are really good. 1 more.
That one felt good. My support hand landed a little bit further than it usually does, but I felt, I'm almost wondering if maybe I would have had a little bit more stable of a grip.
So let's talk through that really quick. So the 1 rep that went bad, right?
Yep.
You didn't get frustrated. You figured out what went wrong. You made the correction and you followed up with 1 rep that was a little bit better, but still having some issues. And then 1, 2, 3, really good.
Yep.
So that's the key of like 10 minutes. Don't let 1 bad rep throw off the entire session.
Yep.
Fix the session.
You know, I was going to say the same thing with different words, but you had 1 bad rep and it kind of stuck with you. You were letting go, but it hung with you for that next one. But then when you let go, things got way better.
As it normally does.
And so,
mistakes repeat.
Yeah. And so we talked about this last week. When the frustration hits, if we can't let it go, it's just going to snowball and make things worse. And you did a really good job of just letting that go. And the mental management piece of that, where Chris is like, just close your eyes and visualize yourself doing it right 1 time. And your version of right is going to be different than my version of right. It's going to be different than Natalie's and Chris's. My version of right is a .9 as fast as I possibly can go.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to be I just want to, maybe I'm putting words in your mouth here, but maybe yours is, I just want to see my sights. I want a perfect draw where I see my sights and they come to a stop where it is. And I don't care what the time is. And so you've got to figure out who you are in all of this and what your priorities are. It doesn't necessarily have to be about speed. I'll tell you this, the sub-second draw is not needed to pass the FBI.
Oh, no.
You do not.
No.
So we're not working down to time here. We're working on a consistent draw. If you've got a good 1.5 where you can see it every single time,
all day, every
that's all you need for this one. And so now I would rather you were faster. I bet you would rather you were faster. Nobody's ever told me that they were too fast out of the holster. I've never heard that. Have you? Never heard I said it the other day. I've never heard a NASCAR driver at the end of the race going, wow, I wish I had a little more speed or a little less speed today. I was just a little too fast out there. They don't say that. If you've got surplus, you have options. And so that's what it is this week. Join us on the app sometime this week. One of us will be doing, maybe all of us, maybe we'll get you to do this week and you can lead it.
Yeah.
But you can join us for our dry fire session. We're probably only going to do 1 of these a week where, maybe a couple of us will do it. But if you're an ASP Unlimited member, you can come dry fire with us. You can interact with us while we're doing it. You can see what we're doing. We're doing this with you.
Yep.
At the end, we're going to shoot it too. And if you shoot it and pass and give me your video, I'm going to give you put you in a drawing for some free stuff. So it should be fun. But thanks, Chris. That was really good coaching. Nice job. Good recovery on that.
As per usual.
Well done. See you next time.
See ya.